Chillos, welcome back, people. It's the Critic Corp. I am Toke, and I'm here with another little Halloween series review. Sorry, got that lipper in again. Um, I'm doing it on Freddy versus Jason today. Fucking, you know, the little fucking iconic slasher slash action film that took place back in the early 2000s, I believe 2003. Um, this movie was just it was a classic, bro. It's a classic. It's so nostalgic. Like, man, two two horror icons, you know, duke it out. That's pretty much what this shit's about. And some kids get uh, caught in the crossfire, and only fucking, you know, only two survived out of the whole thing. It was like five kids, six kids, and you know, only two survived. Uh, the the main character and another side character, Lori and Will. Um, but let's get into this shit. So you got fucking Freddy. He's he's pretty much been weakened. He's been out of the game since people forgot about him in a sense, and he feasted off fear. He feasted off the fear of people in their dreams. That's when he was that's when he was the strongest, and that's when they were the most vulnerable. So um he ends up reviving Jason, fucking, to pretty much assist him and to obtain back that power, because Jason can really do more damage in the real world, uh as to where's Freddy, in the dream world, and then it ends up carrying to reality. But yeah, he revives Jason, try and he sends him out to do his evil bidding, uh on Elm Street, and just the town of Elm Street and whatnot, and you know, pretty much uses him to put fear back into people's heart, so he can, so Freddy can finally be arisen, and it ends up backfiring on Freddy because Jason's a little evil fuck as well, and loves killing, and he got greedy. Jason got greedy, and Freddy didn't, he didn't like that. He wasn't sharing. You know, sharing is caring. Uh, and Freddy fucking was he was obtaining his strength in a sense, but he wasn't getting his his fits, which was the kills, because Jason kept stealing them at the very last moment. So uh Freddy took it upon himself, to put put his dog down. Or, try to put his dog down. Me personally, I never really uh got into the Friday the 13th like that. I mean, yeah, he's a fucking supernatural strong slasher fuck, but I don't know. Those I never got really got into those ones like that. Nah, Nightmare on Elm Street. On the other hand, those were my shit. Those were my shit. So I fucked with those. Um, Not discrediting Jason, but even though he won, he won the fight. He won the fight. But when I was younger, I like stuck by Freddy's side. I always said Freddy won. Freddy won. Fuck that. He even winked his eye. He winked at the end when Jason was walking off carrying his head, and because Freddy really can't die. Jason can't die either, but Freddy really can't die unless he's brought back into the real world from the dream world, which what ended up happening. Um, you know, Towards the end of this movie to lead to their final showdown, their big brawl. You had the girl Lori. She ends up finessing Freddy into the real world out of her dream for Jason, so he can have an advantage pretty much and put an end to this massacre that Freddy's been on. Cause I know, cause they know Jason was, he was just woke from the dead. He woke from his sleep. He wasn't bothering him nobody. He didn't have no vendetta. He just got woken up and you know started killing. You know, he just woke up, tell him where the kids at. Type of deal. But Freddy was on the mission. He was on a mission. Um, Fucking, and then you got Will. He's the other, like I said, the other side character. Him and his boy Mark, they ended up being put into this psych ward. Uh, you know, for I don't even know how many, for how long, for how many years or whatever. But they ended up getting put in the psych ward by Lori's dad and whatnot. And I guess this psych ward was made for all the crazy people that talked about Freddy and feared him. Because everybody in that town pretty much knew about Freddy and tried to pretty much, I would say, put him in the past, put Freddy in the past, just forget about him, don't even speak of him, no word of him, nothing. Erase all that, history. And that's what ended up happening. And all the people that did remember Freddy, they got put in the psych ward and got doped up and put on this drug to force them to sleep and pretty much let Freddy kill their ass. Which was, fucked up. And the only reason Mark and Will got put into the psych ward, well, Mark got put in the psych ward because, like I said, he kept talking about Freddy and how his brother, his recently deceased brother, how he passed. He was talking about Freddy. And Will, on the other hand, was saying how he witnessed Lori's dad kill her mother, and in reality, it was really Freddy. Freddy was the one that killed her mother. Making her go crazy and believing in this supernatural dream iconic killer that no one really believed in. And Freddy, took advantage of her and the dad, given that he's a doctor and work at the psych ward and all has access to this drug, he kept sedating the mother, and that's what ended up forcing her, to her death by Freddy. um, fucking, they ended up breaking out because they seen Lori's, Will seen Lori's house on the news, and a killing, you know, ended up happening at her house. A teenager named Trey or whatever got murdered, but that was like one of Jason's first kills. So that's what sent them on their little journey to bust out the joint. Uh, fucking, I really believe that if Jason would have never if he would have never got to that point of being, you know, the slasher killer he was from his little trauma, then it would have probably been it would probably been a fucked up situation for Freddy, because he ended up figuring out that Jason was, you know, afraid of he was afraid of something. He was afraid of water because he got drowned and whatnot. When he was in his little past, you know, he's an ugly little fuck that got bullied by kids at this camp and ended up drowning and all this shit, da da da. And Freddy ends up getting a hold of the drug from the psych ward, and, you know, dosing fucking Jason with a shit ton of it to knock him out. So, you know, Freddy can get him in his, you know, his playground. And because, like I said, once Freddy gets you in his dream world, it's over. He can manipulate anything. He's strong as shit. He won't die, and he's almighty. So when he got Jason into his realm, Jason was putting the words on him, even in the dream world. Freddy was doing all he could, and he ended up figuring out, you know, the that water. You know, he was afraid of water, given that, like I said, he drowned. So drowned when he was younger and shit, and that's what ended up being, you know, Jason's downfall. But since he had help from the kids, it kind of gave him that little, you know, that little icing on the cake, that little push to win this battle against Freddy. Cause I would honestly believe that Freddy would have won, but given that the kids were there as well to fucking help Jason, Lori even helped Jason wake up from that heavy sedation. So, like, yeah, fucking Jason won, but he had some help. Freddy, it was like, you know, it was like 5v1. Freddy they had to get the whole crew together for Freddy. That boy Freddy, he's a problem. And I felt like this shit was this was the best matchup as far as, you know, Freddy and Jason, given that they're both like supernaturalistic type of fucking killers and whatnot. I mean, Michael Myers is as well, but I feel like Michael Myers would have lost to Jason as well, because Jason just he's a different breed. That man can't even, like, he regenerates. He regenerates, and his body, because of the supernatural powers he has, he's always like, he doesn't age. So he got that young grown man strength. as to where Michael, you know, he can age. So yeah, he got supernatural powers too a little bit, but that age, it'll start to catch up with you as which was shown in the previous Halloween trilogies. You know, Michael was getting old. He was he was still, you know, he was still that nigga, but he was getting old. He was getting old. He was getting up there. So, um, fucking, you know, Corey was pawing him up. He had Michael hemmed up for a minute until Michael got his strength back, feeding off of Corey's fucking uh evilness. But we're not here to talk about that fucking garbage ass ending. I swear they fucking disgraced Michael uh with that Halloween ends. I was very upset. But yeah, man. Freddy vs. Jason. It was too good of a movie back around that time. Did hella numbers in the theaters. Good little franchise. I wish they would have followed up with a sequel, but you know, some shit's left as just as just one original, and I respect that. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Uh, leave some comments, like and subscribe, support the motherfucking corp, and I will be back this week with some more vids. So stay tuned. Toodles.